In this episode of Explained, I attempt to simplify the language presented in a paper by Christopher Trisos and colleagues, published in Nature on April 8, 2020. On that same day, a press release was issued at Science Daily. Both of the papers are linked at guymcpherson.com, coincident with the release of this video. From the press release titled "Climate Change Could Cause Sudden Biodiversity Losses Worldwide," one of the authors, Alex Pigeot, from the University College London Centre for Biodiversity and Environment Research says, quote, "We found that climate change risks to biodiversity don't increase gradually. Instead, as the climate warms, within a certain area most species will be able to cope for a while before crossing a temperature threshold when a large proportion of the species will suddenly face conditions they've never experienced before. It's not a slippery slope, but a series of cliff edges hitting different areas at different times." End quote. Well, that's quite a statement and quite a description of what occurs when a species is in the midst of losing habitat and then loses habitat, or when a population of that species is in the midst of losing habitat. Turning to the paper, now published in Nature on April 8th, 2020, again written by Christopher Trisos and two co-authors, entitled "The Projected Timing of Abrupt Ecological Disruption from Climate Change." Here's the story in a nutshell within the abstract. We project that future disruption of ecological assemblages as a result of climate change will be abrupt because within any given ecological assemblage, the exposure of most species to climate conditions beyond their realized niche limits occurs almost simultaneously. Under a high-emission scenario, representative concentration pathway 8.5, such abrupt exposure events begin before 2030 in tropical oceans and spreads quickly, as they explain, throughout the rest of the world. Again, this is a wonderful and dire paper indicating how close we are to the edge of losing habitat for ocean species. Now, we all came from the ocean. All life on Earth originated in the ocean and spread to land surfaces. Without life in the oceans, we don't make it for long. And according to this paper, we're very close to losing those populations and then those species in the oceans. I'm not happy about this outcome, but I would be remiss in not pointing it out.